Fire shreds! What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. There's heaps of cool stuff just like this. Now this, if you are new to the channel, and there are a lot of new subscribers, a lot of people are interested in the Toyan truck. Here's a Toyan FS L200, which is a 2-cylinder. I'll leave a little card up there if you want to go check that out. But a lot of people like these little 4-stroke conversions. A lot of new subscribers, so I wanted to show this again. Now I've done another video, about 2 or 3 videos of this already running, but I've changed a little bit up on this and done a lot of kind of little modifications to get it to where you see now. Now we'll be running it, you can jump to that section. I'll put a little time card down there if you like. But basically for the new guys, what we have here is a Toyan FS V400. Now it's a 4-cylinder, 4-stroke nitro engine. Really cool. It's in a V configuration, so two banks on either side. So it's a lot going on. It's got about 3.2 horsepower, revs out to around about 9,000 RPM, and it sounds really cool. It's got just straight out manifolds, straight out the side there. So it sounds really cool. So basically what I wanted to do was kind of create a rat rod, just kind of make it bits and pieces of all what I could get to, what kind of spare parts I had lying around, and just make it so probably the average RC enthusiast probably could do the same thing if you want as well. Now Johnny Q90 has one of these motors. He smacked it in a road car, but that guy's an RC wizard. He machines so much cool stuff to the lathe, all that kind of stuff. I don't. I just got this basic stuff, just like channel aluminium frame, bits lying around, and I actually made it work. And I think it kind of works pretty cool. The only thing I'm missing, obviously, is a shell. Now, it's kind of hard what to get. I probably can get the 1/8 Proline rat rod body, or I could 3D print one. So if anyone has ideas, please leave them down below. But a quick run through. So it's a 4-cylinder, so you need 4 igniters. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 igniter per cylinder. It's also got, well, they're all together with 1 battery, so I run a 2-cell for that one. Kind of like a rat rod style. It does have a steering servo, so it's got 1 servo here, 1 servo there for the Revo 3.3 2-speed transmission, so that shifts it from forward and reverse. Flip it around this side. Underneath this little shelf, it's got another servo for throttle and brake. So, catching that? It has an electric starter, which uses just this here, and that uses just another 2-cell or 3-cell battery. I'm just running it on 2-cell. So the difference with this one here, the 2-cylinder, this one down there has a brushless system in it, a brushless little starter motor, and it uses just a kind of different setup with the igniter, and the brushless system is in one, whereas this igniters are all separate, run off a separate 2-cell battery. This brush motor runs off another LiPo, or you can probably even run a nickel metal hydride on that if you want as well. So that's that. Here's the starter button here. It used to be like that, but I've hooked up a little servo, so it's like a little cam, so it just flicks it like that. Pretty cool. You see that in the running video in a minute. Now up top you can see the servo for the throttle and brake. Pretty simple stuff, nothing too crazy, and the brake is situated underneath there, so pretty cool. Now what I have here, the original video, well the previous video, had it running in, I think it was a 18 14 tooth, or I'm not too sure what clutch belt tooth it was, but it wasn't really getting much top end. I've changed it to the biggest one I could find, which was a 22 tooth up against a standard plastic spur from the Revo 3.3. You'll see that's made a bit of a difference, but it's just not changing into second gear. And I've changed a little grub screw to make it a little bit smaller so the spring is less compressed. I might need to take the spring out so the clutch can fling open easier at low RPMs, but pretty cool. Same cooling system on the motor, big fan, nice big belt running through everything. I've got a 4-channel receiver here, nothing special, so 1 for the steering, 1 for the throttle, 1 for the gear change, and another 1 for the electric start. So what's that? Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-channel for the whole setup here. Basic fuel tank here, works pretty well. Now the chassis is just it's a, what is it? A box, but like it's like a rectangular aluminium piece on either side, and the front and the rear is a 1/8 scale ZD buggy. check out my other videos. I'll leave a little card if I remember to put it up there if you want to go check it out. But I kind of made it a Frankenstein of all the parts that I had and just put it together and see if it works. A lot of work still to do. Underneath, you can see it hangs pretty low. There's your brake, gearbox, your big ass flywheel. That's why it needs a pretty strong motor to flip around. You can probably convert it to a brushless setup, but it is what it is. And no custom RC car would be without zip ties. So I got zip ties and hardware together to form it all, to make it work. I've got to cut these off with angle grinder, these long screws, but that is about it. Now the only thing I need to do with this, on this side here, there's an oil return from the crankcase. Because it's a nitro, it's got the oil is in the fuel, it burns and ignites it, and the oil runs out through the bottom here, from the bottom of the motor. Where is it? Just there, that tube. As you can see, I just spilled some. But that runs out and into a little reservoir. At the moment it's just like a syringe I have there. In the 4-stroke, I have it in like a little container. That's something I need to do as well. So I'll do that. And that's about it. I think enough talking. This has been around for a while. I thought, you know what, I'll try to get it running because a lot of people are interested in the 4-strokes, and a lot of people like that as well. I've got to do a crawling video on that as well. But let me get the batteries all in there. So I need 3 batteries. 1, 2, and I'll kind of try to make it as neat as I possibly can. And 3. So you can see it all adds up. It's pretty damn complicated, but you get the gist of things. I made it work, so a kind of a rat rod body would cover all that. That's what I was thinking anyway, but that's what it is. Let me get all these batteries plugged up, put some fuel in there, and let's see how she runs. Alright, now you might have seen this originally in another video where I didn't have everything kind of sorted out and had exactly how I wanted it, but I've made some changes. You would have just seen in the beginning of the video, but it's still not changing the second gears, probably because it doesn't really rev over 9,000 RPM, but I've got it on electric start, so let's just see how we go. It sounds pretty cool too. Yeah, it just kind of holds there. It doesn't engage second, but and I've changed the sprocket, the spur to a 22 tooth, the biggest I could find. It made a bit of a difference from before. Before was, I think, 14. But it's probably because it just doesn't rev too high, this motor. Still getting there, better than before. Brakes work good. Reverse works as well, so I put in reverse. Oh. Cool, huh? The air filter's come off again. I better not run it over there in the dirt, but it runs really cool. It's just the gearing. There's a 4-speed gearbox that I've seen. Maybe I can use that. It's running really nice and lean. It's got a bit of smoke coming out. That's why it might sound like it won't rev that high, but I don't want it to get it too lean. Do a full pass down this. That's all it's got. happy that it's idles well, and reverse and everything works too. Oh, there's a car there. So much better to change gears, or it might even be in second gear, I'm not sure, I just can't hear it. Reverse, don't want to go on that third again. Smack it in the third. It's still full pass down there. How nice is it idling? Getting sick. Well, I guess it's a rat rod, shouldn't be that fast, but I definitely want to go quicker than that. That's what it's all about. This fuel tank doesn't last very long. Let me just shut it off for a sec. So the other versions, like the 2-cylinder and the single-cylinder, they have a brushless motor. This one has a brush, so it just uses like a different setup, but that's why I have 3 batteries here all working together. It runs out of fuel pretty damn quick, but yeah, let's start it one more time. Electric starts so much better. Pretty damn cool. Always adjust the idle to up here. It's running a little bit too high. There we go. Pretty nice. Alrighty, get it back here. The brakes work really well. Running really tight. This is all the excess oil, but it looks pretty dirty now. Obviously we're going in a bit of dirt. Lucky it air filters at the back there, or the inlets there, so it should be okay, but pretty damn cool. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that quick running video for the Rat Rod Frankenstein 4-cylinder Toy-and 4-stroke nitro motor car, I guess you could call it. Any questions, leave them down below. If you have any ideas what I should do regarding to kind of help the top speed, or what other options I have, please let me know. Like I said, that's a 3.3 Revo transmission. It's wound out as far as it can for the spring, for the little grub screw, so the springs is not as screwed down as possible, but it still doesn't think it's changing, or might be, I just can't hear it. But any questions, please leave them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe if you haven't. I do these things just because it's fun. Yes, I could buy a brushless car, I have heaps of those already, but this is just something cool and something fun to do, you know, with my spare time, and just to show you guys that it can be done. So cheers guys, hope you enjoyed it, catch you in the next one.